Rush Limbaugh believes that solar power is just isn't sustainable because at some point the sun's going to go down. Interesting. Now there's a Facebook post from last September where Rush Limbaugh was attempting to reach out to millennials to try to get them away from these promises of solar power. No, the solar power doesn't work. It doesn't work. We got to stick with oil. We got to stick with coal, fossil fuels. They're the only hope. Because that solar power, it doesn't work. Well, why doesn't it work? Well, first he says solar panels are not sustainable. Millennials may sound good, yes, clean renewable energy. But what do you do when the sun's down at night? What do you do when the clouds obscure the sun? We're not there yet. Okay. Rush. Fucking batteries. How do they work? Batteries! Look, Tesla is actually creating a home battery where people could store their solar energy when the sun goes down. Pretty nifty shit, huh? We've only had batteries for how long? Got batteries for cars, and now we're getting batteries for home that'll store power. Okay, but what about cloudiness? Oh, I got you, liberals. Clouds. What are you gonna do? You realize that Germany's a leader in solar power, but they also have cloudy skies. So what do? Well, look, they're still investing heavily in solar, and in fact, on several occasions, they were able to run their grid on 100% renewable energy. Yes, they could only do it for a couple of hours at a time during peak sunlight, of course. But it's there. That technology is there. Now, if Rush Limbaugh cared at all about facts, he would know this. Yes, we still have a ways to go. It's not perfect technology. But remember, we're not just relying on solar energy alone. There is solar. There is geothermal. There is wind. There is hydro. All of these different sources of energy are supposed to work in conjunction. They're supposed to work together. Combine that with solar power batteries, well, you've got an energy source that'll work even when it's dark. You just have to invest in it. Now, I said it would be helpful if we looked up facts. But Rush Limbaugh doesn't like facts. In fact, he takes a shot at fact checkers. He writes, the fact that the New York Times and the Washington Post and USA Today and all these other papers and networks have fact checkers is for one reason. It allows them to fool you into thinking they have an objective, nonpartisan staff or person analyzing everything the candidates are saying and telling you what they're saying is true or what they're saying is false. When in fact, the fact checkers are no different than the biased left-leaning reporters and columnists of these papers or on networks. But the fact check, the idea that it's a fact check or story, is designed to say that it is objective and analytically fair, and all it is a vehicle for them to do opinion journalism under the guise of fairness. Which, if you fall for it, gives it even more power. Because if you think the fact checkers like PolitiFact or Snopes or whoever else, if you quote them constantly as the Bible, well then, you've fallen for it. No, dude. Projection. This is a classic case of projection. Rush Limbaugh says whatever comes to his mind. See, he doesn't like facts because it counteracts his worldview. And that's a problem for him because he made his living, he got famous from spitting bullshit and coming up with his own reality. I remember telling you about the reporter who was a classic conservative, a big conservative radio guy, who says, look, we have to lie to our audience because that's what they want. They want that echo chamber, and if you deviate just a little bit, you lose your audience. So more and more, they've gotten crazier and crazier on the right when it comes to their media. Look at Fox News. Look at Rush Limbaugh. Look at Sean Hannity. Look at Glenn Beck. Immediately coming up with just more crazy stuff and peddling conspiracy theories they know aren't true. This radio host knew that he was spinning bullshit, but he had to keep his audience. And see, that is a huge, huge problem. And so what Rush Limbaugh is saying is like, no, don't believe the fact checkers. Don't believe in facts. No. If you believe in facts, then you're not going to listen to me anymore. And I can't handle that. I can't have that. I need you to keep paying me. I need you to keep listening to me. I need you to keep me relevant. That's what Rush Limbaugh is saying here. Don't believe the facts. Don't believe the fact checkers. I'm the one who's right. When obviously, look, the solar panel example. He's wrong. Factually. We're not going to drain the sun. Okay? You can still use solar energy if you have a fucking battery at night. And solar power does not make up our entire energy plan for green renewable energy. Classic projection, classic Rush Limbaugh, classic right-wing media. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.